Hello, welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Mumiverse. We are Chris.
And Jules.
I don't know if you remember, or I don't know if you saw it. We gave you a taste of the second season, and with the same guest, with her, we decided to start officially the second season.
Yay! Second season is here. We did it. Yes, we decided to open this season with the same guest that we had one of the episodes already, because it was her big day and big news to share. So yeah, we wanted to embrace her and celebrate with her. Should we bring our next guest, Christina?
Yes, please.
For anyone who haven't seen our previous episode with Kendall, we have Kendall Concini back, officially published author of this beautiful book we have here, Mom's Cloud and a Beach Adventure. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's great to have you back here. Tell us, how has been the whole experience since you've been published, and how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling motivated. And we celebrate every little thing. We have just been this is the first time we did this, and this is the first time we've done this. And so I'm finding all the little wins. And I've been able to meet amazing people and just have conversations that I never thought I would be having out loud. And so it feels like a good... We just had my launch party with family and friends, and I had practiced a speech because I knew I was going to cry a lot. So I had to keep practicing it to get through. And the speech was basically, I know I'm still going to have cloudy days, but I think they won't be as dark as they felt. And that is what I'm getting out of this.
Yeah, we saw the post that you shared with us from your blog, and I just want to say, I love to read that, and I've been proud of you for standing your ground and advocating for yourself with the venue that let you down the last minute. And do you think publishing a book gave you an extra confidence that you haven't had before in those kind of situations?
Yes, I feel like it's what I'm doing a lot in the book is sharing resources and asking for help. And I find an aspect of that, I can't not practice what I preach. So it has been a lot of the journey, even in doing it, has been me asking for help a lot more. And I feel like so much of our life is kind of out there and visual. And so I don't want to kind of go back to falling apart. I think a lot of it was for the community, but it's also for myself. So to remind myself my own words. Mm-hmm. and that's been the push, and kind of not falling into the same patterns I did, because I'm the one saying in the book and in the resources that we shouldn't.
Yeah, it's... And I was reading that as well. I was reading it, and I was feeling touched, and I was okay, I hope this is ending well, with everything that I was reading. And you should be very proud of yourself. You're doing great. That's what's I expect that it's gonna happen with people when they read the book. As you say, you don't feel that dark anymore, or it's not gonna be that difficult. It's going to be difficult, but not that, right? Because you can understand it a bit better, or you can know that someone else understands you as well. So you don't feel that alone. And it's very nice that the word is out there. So we hope it reaches as many people as possible.
And I do all the therapy. I do the I read about emotional regulation, and I have the cognitive behavioral, and I know where I do really well with it. I'm a workbook person. I do all the deep terms, and I know where sometimes it gets overwhelming to have to always keep up with that and always be on and always gentle parent. And so this morning I even connected with a therapy center, and I was I think you're doing amazing work, and I would love to share what you're doing on my page, with my book just being that light introduction to it. So I know I'm doing the work, but I can still tell my daughter, like, mom's having a cloudy day and I can't do all the work today. So we're not going to have the gold star from therapy today because I can't manage it. And so it's been this nice permission to admit, like, I'm not going to be whatever the perfect parent looks like, but I'm going to be this honest parent. And that is what is working really well for us, and being able to put a language behind that to try and even just share with other people. Like, maybe they don't use cloudy days as their language. Maybe that's just the, like, they hear it and then, okay, now I'm going to therapy and I'm using the therapy language. And that's really my goal, is just have that conversation.
I just want to say I've read your book with my daughter many times since we've got it. She loves it. This is her favorite page, where Max and Alma are diving in the water and Mommy's here on the side. And what surprised me, she's 5, and she asked a lot of questions like, so where's the cloud coming from? Why only moms have the cloud? When is it gonna go away? What is Alma and Max and Dad doing? Why they are not like playing together? And it opened that conversation that, like you say in your book, like, it's okay to not be okay. And even though mom doesn't have a great day at the moment, the family can still enjoy it. And, you know, they take mom with them, and she will participate whenever she will feel a little bit better. So, like, we love the book. Thank you so much. It makes it easier to talk about those subjects. And like you said, like, those difficult conversations got a little bit lighter, even for you.
Yeah, that page is fun. We have been doing reading out loud. And so when I read out loud at a school and it's kids that are Alma's age, it's fun to read it aloud and do the movement-based stuff. So we bounce in our seats, we whoosh the cloud away. And then I tell them, like, everyone put your hands down. We don't need to fix it. Let's see what's happened. And I can guide that conversation through the book. And recently I had read in a classroom and I kind of get on the virtual and I was like, oh no, these are older kids. Like, how am I going to read them a kid's book and be entertained? And so a lot of it was working through, like, that page. I was like, what's going to happen? Mom says, go ahead. And we flipped the page and I was like, see, Alma and Max go in the water and mom can't go in. And I've been able to read and pause and tell them, even like the page where the family's all doing stuff. And I was like, see, mom's sitting and they're all still smiling. And there's no, the kid coming up and trying to drag her there. Like, everyone's doing what they really love. And then we talk about that. Like, what do you think you love if you had a cloud? Now, Alma on that page, that's her favorite page. But the reason is because the kids were drawn older. So Alma is 4 now. She was 2 when we kind of started the illustrations and whole process. And so she can't swim yet. We're still working on it. And so whenever she gets to that page, she stops everyone. She's like, I'm older in the book. That's how I can swim. I was like, so it's part emotional and part just like talking swim lessons. She said she'll tell people, like, when you're older, you're going to start to learn to swim and you can go all the way down the water. And so that's been like a 2-part lesson page.
And even you say in the end of the book that being present with someone in their sadness without trying make it disappear. That's what I get in the message. Like, you are there with your family, even though you're not feeling your best, but they are around you, but they don't make you feel better. You will participate whenever you will feel better. That's amazing.
And I had changed a line. There was a line sort of towards the end of the book, because I sometimes have a lot of that self-doubt, and I'll ask my husband, is this okay? Is this okay? And he'll constantly tell me, like, you're fine. And I had written into the book, like, they go to leave and mom asks, like, did I ruin the day or something? And the kids say no. And we changed it to just the last scene where they're in bed and the kids just randomly talk about their favorite things without mom thinking about it or mom worrying. And I took out mom's, like, internal monologue there because I wanted to just show mom says, thank you for today. Like, I shouldn't have to apologize for the cloud being there. I shouldn't have to worry. And she just says, like, thank you. We all know what we did. and then the kids kind of come up with themselves their favorite part of the day, which is something we do a lot. And that has been what kind of was part of writing this, was I will always worry that my cloud ruins the day. But the more we just make it this normal part of the day and we play and we do stuff around it, I've been able to stop asking that question at the end of the book. And I've been able to go, hey, mom had a cloud, but what was your favorite part of the day? And also recognizing that they didn't expect me to do a lot more than I did.
Oh, that's very nice. And I chose like my kid, like I have a 3 years old girl, 5 years old boy. The girl with 3 years old, it's more into the book than the boy 5 years old, like she's more, but she comes, mommy, can we read it? And I read it to them, like I translate in Spanish to them, because the English they still they understand, but like not properly. So we do it in Spanish, and she is like, I like mommy, and what's the cloud going, and why, what's happening to mommy, stuff like that. And every time that she sees that we are relaxed at home, or I see it on the sofa or something, she comes with the book, mommy, can we read it? Like, can you read it to me? She's very into it. And then he comes as well, but like, she's like, I didn't expect her to be so into the book, like, or like being so small, and they enjoy it, and they are kind of, she thinks, and as your girl Jules, like they are bigger, the other ones, but she's too small for that. And I'm like, wow, and yeah, like it's grateful because we can finally explain them, or they can understand, like when we don't have a good day and maybe we react in the wrong way with them and we don't know how to explain them somehow. So it's great. It's just like, yeah.
I love hearing that, because I knew that was why I self-published, because I had heard so much like kids are too young for this. I was like, they are picking up on it. They know it. Let's just see what happens. And I did a school read out loud, and it was my first one. And I was like, how do I introduce this? And I kind of just said, like, let's talk feelings. And we did a fun activity where we did all of our like acting out the feelings. And then I saved sad for last. And I said, let's do sad. And I said, did you know mommy and daddies get sad? And like every kid in that room wanted to tell me all their tea from home. They were telling, I was like, all right, let's go through this. And I was like, but that's it. Like, and I felt kind of relieved, but also like sad. Like, we know they're picking up on it. I heard the stories of everyone's home, and I was like, all right, let's rephrase that question for the next class. So this isn't like, oh no, mom's going to call and be like, why is my kid talking about this? But it was, they pick up on it so much, and you just create this story around it to have the conversation. And even what my kids are learning, because they learn kind of when I'm supposed to be on as a parent and not. So, if it's a cloud and I can talk to Alma and I can say, I'm having a cloud, I really can't play with you right now, she will understand that. Now, yesterday, my house was just really messy from coming back from the event, and I wanted to put everything away and clean up. And she kept saying, Mom, can you play with us? And I was like, well, no. And then she asked, she goes, is it a cloud? And I was like, no, mom just wants to clean the house. And she was like, well, if it's not a cloud, you can come play with us. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Like, we've taught you that that's when to give mom space. So I had to go do a little bit of Play-Doh and then clean up. But it's that idea that she knows when to push and when to not push.
And since you published your book, was there something that surprised you positively or negatively, like the international shipping delays and all that? But
yes, I'm still it was, I didn't expect to be international. Like, I knew we were doing the podcast, I know like I was meeting people in other places, but I've been able to meet some like therapy centers through doing podcast stuff. I kind of like expected to have conversations, but also not expect people to like immediately be like, that means you need to buy it. So that was really interesting. We've been getting those alerts on like being international, and even like saying that it's not going to click. And then seeing a lot of people that you know, like I'd even said in my speech, like we kind of put it out there for the strangers. I thought, like, since I don't talk about this with friends and family a lot, it was just, this is for like the support groups and the people out there at 2 a.m. It was surprising when we had our party. At first, when we asked the bar to do a charitable donation, they said, if you get 50 people, that was what you needed. And I was like, oh man, let's try and get 50 people. And we had like 150 people in the room.
Wow.
And we also, like, we didn't expect or ask anyone. We said, hey, just come have a beer and the bar is going to donate money. Like, you don't have to get the book. You can say hi, like, we're going to give it to friends and family who bought it. And so when we were like busy the whole time, like signing books and selling copies and hearing people excited, it was just, you put so much self-doubt in your head that everyone connects with it, even if they're not that person under the cloud. And that there were so many people who bought it for other people too. And so I loved signing those copies because I said, like, it warms my heart to know that this was purchased for you, because it reminds me that I'm not alone, because someone like your friend exists out there too. And so it's just been this kind of breaking all of the, like, what am I doing receptions.
Yeah, I'm sure it gave you more confidence and to believe in yourself and this advocacy that you do for the mental health. So that's amazing. It really is.
This. Can I ask you, like, how many copies, like, you have an idea how many copies you sold already?
So we hit 150. And I know because we let Alma do the little thermometer, because we have 1,000. And the nice part is it's a lot of pay it forward copies too. So we've, in all, 150 that we're either donating to places that we're happy to bring it, or just kind of purchases.
I saw Alma is signing like so many books. And I wanted to say, look, I put it, I put here the note you sent as well to have it. This one I bought it because the other one wasn't getting here on time. And my plan is, when I get it, we have another guest that she's a therapist here in Barcelona. And I'm like, my idea is to gift it to her, to have it like for her patients and to help her, like, to share it. Okay, so yeah, so looking forward to it as well.
Forward to it too. It's like, I have a friend in Barcelona. I'm gonna make her go walk into a therapy center.
No, listen, now it's on Amazon. It's delivering in 2 days now. Like, it's crazy.
We have like cloud plushies. I had little keychains, and a friend had texted me and she was like, I was in the store and I saw another mom with the cloud plushie. It has to be you, right? And I was like, I don't know. My husband was like, did she take a picture of him? I was like, that's weird. Like, no, I didn't ask her to go stalk this person and take a picture of it. Let's just go with it. Had to be like my plushie, but that was exciting too.
And how was Max's and Alma's reaction when they saw all the books delivered that they had to sign? Or, well, they didn't have to, but for the cookies.
I did do a fun reel about that where she negotiated, because I decided I wanted to sign them. And she pointed out, she's like, my name's on it. And I said, do you want to sign them? But the problem is going to be, if you sign our friends' copies, other friends are going to want it and you can't play favorites. But she did in her own way. Some people are reaching out going, I didn't get art. And I was like, you might have been in that pre-post cookie thing. So they're going to bring us copies to kind of get updated art on it. But she loves signing them. She'll joke, she's like, my hand. And we'll do like 10 a day in little batches. We did get the company to, like, they shrink wrap for fun. So Matt is the one who's like unwrapping all the books going like, why did you do this? So I was like, I didn't expect to like open and sign all of them, but it's a great process. And Max, his drawings are like, he's working on it. So his job right now is Daddy opens the books and creates a pile, and then Alma signs, and Max will like hand it to her, and then she'll hand it to me. So we all get to be involved. But then if it's someone we like really know, Max will get to draw. He does upside down smiley faces. Like, so a few of them have his like upside down smiley faces. So we do like making it's all a family night.
That's nice. It's a family time. So are you thinking like in future, like if you sell so many books internationally, like translate them, make them in some other languages?
I mean, I could. Juliana speaks Spanish. So I'm like, why don't you just translate all of this? I just would have to figure out what all that distribution looks like. I was also very surprised because I thought it's like an option on there, but I guess it's not. But it's not like I would love it. I also would love it because Alma like knows it by heart. And I think one of the best ways to learn another language too is to read what you have memorized and then learn those connections. And so we do have, like, I'm a huge Alice in Wonderland person, and there's some of their favorite childhood books that we have both versions. So she'll be able to do that. And I'm like, it would be fantastic to do that myself.
Yeah, because in here as well, we don't have any other book that talks about this to the kids, so it's a very nice way. And sometimes like I have friends and family that they are like, oh, I would like to understand because like, what you're explaining me is very interesting. I want to know more about it, but it's like, okay, like you have to wait your turn. Right?
Well, yeah, I will keep your information as translator.
Yes.
Yeah, you can have it in Spanish and in Polish here.
Yes.
And is there any other book in the making at the moment?
Yes, it's due soon. Stop reminding me. I know. We are gonna kick off illustrations in August, which means I need to get it to the editor by like soon.
Okay.
But I'm a little stuck because the first one, it was our story so much, and it just had been what we talked about that much. And so book 2, which I've already sort of teased out, is we're going to the park. And so it's about park adventures. And the idea is shifting the concept of depression, though. So mine is a high functioning where I will go out. I will let the kids engage me in activities. I will try my hardest and it will just look different. That's not the same for everyone who experiences depression. And the more I have been kind of podcasting in this mental health frame, I want it to really represent that. And so I'm doing a lot more research on that depression that just keeps you there. And so the introverted depression. And so I have some really great illustration ideas that I did have to ask Juliana, like, are we going to be able to pull this off before I write? This is the idea. And then I was like, you're also not allowed to say no, because I know she has the skills to do it, and just that believe in yourself. And so we're going to try and do it where it is like mom's going to be a little less involved, because that would be kind of a more severe side of the cloud. And then the third book, which I haven't even started, but I have a lot of time on that, is going to be like the depression where you don't even leave the house that day. And so how do you, mom will be like a little less in that one, because it is going to be like her staying in the bedroom under the blankets, which most of us know as the deepest side of depression. Yeah. And how do we just check in and still have our day, and it's okay that mom's in there and we're out here. And so that is how I hope to flow and represent it in the cloud moving with it.
That's amazing.
We're gonna have you here back with another book once it's out.
Can we share this, like a second book? Like, I want to keep it secret, just for us.
I know starting in August is when we're going to have the sit-down meeting to start doing like the mapping art. So it's going to be fun, because in my head I was like, well, there's not a lot to do, because it's not redrawing characters, like we already exist. And then I realized, like, no, we have to get park outfits, and I get to get out of a swimsuit, and I have to pick a favorite top. And so what we're doing now, while we sort of write it too, and the weather, we love doing like pre-research. So I told my family, if we go to the park and they play with dad, we can like take some pictures and graphics and start sending them over. So somewhere after August, I'll have like character sketches and little sneak peeks and stuff. I wrote it and then I put it down for a while. I was like, I don't know if I love all of it.
Okay, we can't wait to see it.
Yes, looking forward. I just want to share my favorite sentence from this beautiful book, which is the smallest step still makes a difference.
My favorite page is, and the kids don't love it, but my favorite page is when I kind of flipped the page and it was me and my husband hugging and like all of the orange and yellow around us. And it was just something about being in this story of being a parent and having one page to have a moment with him to like remind me that we're doing this. And so she like gave me that outside of the book so I can frame it in my house. And we were sharing what our favorite thing was. And Alma was like, it's not me. And I was like,
at parents' time.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So we want to thank you to be again with us. It was very nice to catch up with you. We wish you all the best. We keep following you and we see all your steps. And yeah, we are very happy for you and very proud. I think it's an amazing journey.
Yeah, it was pleasure meeting you for the first time and now seeing you again. And yeah, like Christina said, we are very proud of you, even though we are in different continents, but we are super happy and proud what you're doing and how you're doing it.
I thought when I came on and I was still on mute, I was saying like, it's been a while, but you guys are such amazing presences on social media. Like you reshare stuff and what you're posting and all of that. It's just been, you created this community for me and it's just like this. I know if I'm having a bad day, I can text you on there and be like, I'm stuck. Tell me it's okay.
Yes.
And so that's, what I love about the universe you built here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. And we are super
you.
happy
Thanks.
that you are our first guest to start our second season.
Yeah.
I will be listening.
Thank you, Kendall.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching this episode with wonderful author of this great book that we have it here, Kendall Concini More. If you would like to have your copy, please go ahead to Kendall's Instagram website and you can get your copy now. We recommend it. And yeah, Christina, over to you.
If you see it's very difficult to get it in the website because of your location, you can go in Amazon and you can find it there as well. Okay. And remember, if you want to do any donations, it's on her website as well for the cause. Okay, so if you like it, just share, follow us for more updates, and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, and remember you can watch us and listen to us as well on Spotify. And we are on all socials like Christina mentioned. So thank you so much for listening and watching.
Take care.
Be kind to yourself.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.